Welcome, Atlanta United family, to another episode of Research the Spike ATL, presented to you by Philly Sports Podcast. Here with Tommy and James, our boys. Back again here, presenting the latest news regarding Atlanta United. And as always, we always got something to talk about. Something negative to talk about. Injuries. Injuries. It's just
Slipping on banana peels.
like
Literally.
where like where do we even keep that? Like, or where do we even place that injury list? For the rest of this season, like, do we place it as a season and then injury list, or do we place it as a maybe we can motivate our guys into a better season the rest of what we have left of the
Uh,
season?
well, it's 4 to 6 weeks. So I mean, it's
Yeah, he'll be back.
not the end of the world. But I mean, I've been saying since the beginning, like you want to see. Oh God damn it! You want to see what you have, and
Hold it, Tommy. Just hold it, Tommy.
what?
Just
There's someone behind me. Good day. 4 to 6 weeks isn't terrible. I mean, but you want to play the kids. Like I've been saying that for a while. Like you want to see what you have, and if anything, like if you have to take bright sides out of this, and like when you listen to Jason Longshore and Mike Conti, they're gonna try to tell you all the positive spins out of it, not say the negative. Obviously, it's you're getting two players that are playing a ton of first team minutes that you didn't expect. Caleb Wiley's basically going to finish the rest of the season. Sorry, 6 to 8, not 4 to 6. So Caleb Wiley's basically playing, most of the season, right? And now you've got McFadden, who I imagine they extend the contract for the rest of the year. You would think after this, McFadden gets to come in and get playing time, and he looked good. Like for a guy that had to last minute find out that he actually had to play, I thought he looked great. I thought he looked good in the attack. It was something different. He was connecting with Aruju decently, and he just wanted to move. And he was making fast decisions, which I think is something that Lennon has. We've always criticized him on is making last minute or taking too long to pass the ball. Where I thought McFadden made things go fast. So I was overall happy, and nobody wants to call the last a lost season, but the schedule's getting harder. The end of the season's like almost impossible. I know you brought some signings in to see what they can do, but I think that you just got to see what's going to happen with these guys. And you got transfers coming in. Let's see what the goaltender does. Let's see what the center back does. And if they work out, cool. If not, get rid of them. We're not winning MLS Cup this year, people. Like it's not happening. So let's see what happens.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely after watching McFadden, we don't need to sign a fullback for these until mid-August when Lennon comes back. So he can play till mid-August. He'll run.
You're on mute.
So, what do you guys think about like the performance that Atlanta United, defensively and offensively, like just a overall narrative of what we had going on for Atlanta United this weekend against Toronto. I mean,
just weak.
They were shook. I think they were honestly shook.
Yeah.
I mean, when Conti said that was like the last minute possible that Lennon got hurt. So I mean, they didn't even. I mean, they took the team picture late because they didn't know who was starting. Like they were still trying to figure that stuff out, and they allowed McFadden a couple extra minutes to work out. So I mean, that's just a wild story, just in general, just about how all that went down. But they were shook in the first 20 minutes, and it happens. But overall, I mean, the game, they came out of the second half looking better. I thought. I thought they looked better in the second half, but the first half was pretty much garbage overall. Joseph wasn't involved the entire game. They weren't getting the ball, like setting it up for anything.
Araujo
Moreno was
wasn't either. Marcelino was having a horrible half as well. I mean, it was like the whole attack in third was just gone.
everybody was trying too hard. I almost feel like they were all just trying too hard to make their own, like to make things happen on their own. And I think that was with Araujo and Moreno. I thought they were just trying to create things on their own, and it just wasn't working. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were just weak. I mean, Ibarra didn't have that presence that we've seen like when he's been playing so far. I didn't see him. Like we didn't have that Ozzy Alonso guy to kind of help us out, and as well as George Campbell obviously was the big name, but I've like he had a fantastic game besides one mistake, which makes them have a shit game. So, yeah, basically, I don't know. I feel like it was weak, especially on the second goal. It's just there's no one there. We didn't have any presence at all, and too much space for Toronto, and that basically cost us. That's just on defense. There's a lot more on the attack.
Hey, shout outs to Sylph, Josh, Josiah, and all these guys that are always commenting on on here, Mirabal. We're always fucking present,
Yeah.
No, oh man, these fucking guys, man. I just fucking I love these guys. I fucking love these guys, man. No, but seriously, man. Honestly, I want to get your guys' opinion. Like, what do we see going forward for Atlanta United? Do we see, Tommy? You've been discussing that in the group chat. Give the young guys, an opportunity. In my opinion, that's something that I totally agree on. I definitely, think that, the young guys, the McFaddens, the Wileys, even Mejia when he gets back, guys like that, I feel like, they're there, for them to be noticed, like in a long opportunity, because I mean, the academy for Atlanta United, recently, they've been like having a lot of like talent, going out, and you feel like with these guys coming in as well, you feel like you're gonna want them to progress. So I mean, what do you think, of these guys, of the academy, younger talents that are going to be coming in?
Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, we should start playing the young guys, but the young guy that actually needs to get better is Pineda. It's time to make adjustments. It's time to change the game plan. And with the other guys, yeah, Aiden McFadden's going to get his chance. Caleb Wiley's literally solidified starter. And I don't know about all the other young guys because we have these new transfers and we're just going to throw them in. But obviously, Ronaldo Cisneros, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to sign him to official contract. I feel like guys like that are just useless to the team, especially in the future, they shouldn't be involved. But, yeah, it's basically just Pineda. That's who needs help. And then maybe we don't have to worry about our young guys and we can make a playoff push if we stop playing shit ball and getting out coached every game. I feel like he's the young guy that has to get better. I'm not even kidding. Like
Nah, man, I
Something
definitely
has
feel
to
it.
be
But
empty.
I'm laughing at the comments that are on here.
The attack's just dead. Like Joseph can't do anything when everyone's on his ass and we still can't find space. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, we have a winger transfer, right? Like
Yeah.
that was the rumor this week, and
Well-
Speedy is what I got out of that was
Mhm.
that
Jake
he
Moraine,
has some
just-
speed.
Yeah.
Who?
Young Jake Moraine. That's literally what this guy is. I can tell from a mile off.
We're talking about the U22 spot that is about to be taken up.
Maybe.
Or-
Yeah.
Potential.
Yeah, I mean it that's what we've wanted for a while, right? Like a legit guy that could come in and possibly do that. Maybe with a little bit more talent, a little bit more upside than Jake Morini.
Yeah.
And that's what you're hoping for. One of the big things that I guess out of the game that I was questioning is when Sosa played in the American Family Insurance Cup, he played for a very limited time because he had sickness. Now
But he's still sick.
he played, which is weird because I figure with COVID and everything that you wouldn't play a guy that had a fever that day. Doesn't play on Saturday or Sunday, on Father's Day, and he doesn't. I don't even think he traveled to Toronto. What is going on with him? Like this isn't lining up to what makes sense here. Like I don't know. Are they making excuses? Are they trying to hide that possibly there could be a transfer? Like what is going on with Santiago Sosa?
I don't know, but it's time to go.
It's weird.
Well, how are you sick for 2.5 weeks?
I mean, that's
but your
COVID.
fever broke.
Like,
But your fever broke miraculously on one match day, and it was a friendly match.
right.
And he's still dealing with sports hernia. So, what? I don't know. I hope he's gone because at this point, I don't.
I mean, at this point, like you feel like players like Santiago Sosa, Alan Franco. Those guys are gone. They have to be gone. The fact of the matter that they're not able to, or they haven't really contribute anything to the team so far. I mean, it's not like you're trying to put them in that predicament, but for them to be in the club, like for Atlanta United, like standards, it's like that's not admittable. Like it's just not up to the standards.
I mean, he's a Heinze boy. He's a
Franco
Heinze
played
boy.
Heinze kid. He's got to go. Franco played all right. I mean, he got spun, but I mean, what was he supposed to do after George Campbell just
gives the ball away?
ruined it?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how he went from one of the best to one of
He's
the best
still good.
players early on to, I mean, I appreciate that he tried through the sports hernia at the end of last season. But like at this point, you're seeing the evolution of Ibarra, and again, he's still young too, right? So he's going to have some growing pains, but at this point, that's what the U22 spots are, right? Like you got players that still have a big room to grow.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I still think Sosa could give you something, but at this point, it's just why when he's been out for all these weeks, for no reason. But I believe Sosa could still give you that form in 2021, but it's just I don't think it's worth it. Can't really explain it. He was one of my favorite guys, and now he's just yeah.
So I know a lot about the fucking hate me for what I'm about to fucking say,
Let's
and
get it.
I really could give two shits, about whatever people think. But the fact that there's been a lot of groups, Atlanta United groups that have been
Right.
supportive
Are you
of
are you on
us.
the Facebook too much?
Wait, are you
Is it
saying
Facebook?
supporter groups or Facebook groups?
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook groups.
Facebook. Oh, you got to get off
Yeah.
of Facebook, man. Those people they're different.
Nah, but no. Let me
Let's hear it.
fucking
I got you.
say whatever I
I
gotta
will
fucking
be quiet.
say. And I could give two fucking shits whatever anybody gotta fucking think.
Let's get it.
A lot of people are, in these groups, and they're just over here, like, oh, everything is fucking positive, like, uh we got everything like, I just don't fucking understand, like, how people can be so fucking naive, or of like whatever the hell is going on with Atlanta United recently. Just not, as a club, but overall. I really don't get it. I mean, people, I really don't want to give, any more details into, like, anything else, but it's just funny, like, how, people that, are so supportive of the city, of the sports clubs and everything else, but yet again, when everything is going downhill, let's look at it last year, whenever the Ronald Acuna went down, and the Braves, everything was like, a whole hassle. Everybody was like, what the hell was gonna happen? Same thing, when Trey Young went down, everybody was like, what the hell is gonna happen? What like, what the hell are we gonna do for the rest of the season? This ref, like, basically effed us up, and what the hell are we gonna do now? So, for Atlanta United fans, to be basically turning their backs on, and this is something that I feel like I shouldn't get into, because it's controversy, but
Oh, no.
I'm gonna get into it, man.
Let's
I
go.
don't care, man. I really don't care.
Let's go.
The fact that Atlanta United hasn't come out with a statement, that with the whole Roe versus Wade, thing that has gone down, and it's a whole controversy, man, and it really is. Personally, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I just feel like, you've always got to, feel like you got to stand out, for women that, want to, have their priorities, be met, and at the end of the day, everybody, every single one of us comes, out of a woman, and whether the decision, is right or wrong or whatever, we're just here, to basically, have a positive opinion of what they think. That's all I can say.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but it's just that, club statement, it's obviously important to some people, and they're spamming it in the comments, and that's cool. I mean, should the club come out with a statement? Probably they should. They should. I mean, everyone else is kind of doing it, and our fans are very passionate about it, and that's something that should be addressed. But You just don't know.
I think people are still coming out with it. I mean, like out here in
Yeah,
Cleveland,
today.
I mean, out here the Cavs and the local hockey team and a couple other teams that the same guy owns, they just came out today,
Yeah, that's fine.
and said something. So, you know, your admins and your teams really can't just go out there and just start posting stuff. I mean, that obviously comes from Arthur Blank. Like Arthur Blank has to give the okay to do this, and I don't know. I mean, we'll see if they do come out with a statement. You know, I mean, Arthur Blank is definitely at least, you know, I give him credit. I mean, like during the whole Black Lives Matter thing, I mean, obviously donated a ton of money, tons of statements out there, and then obviously all the players gave, you know, I think they matched Matt Ryan's donations and stuff like that. Like it's pretty, you know, they've been involved in some stuff. It's not like our owner is a complete trash bag, like, you know, say the owner of the New England Patriots / Revolution or whatever. Like that's he's a whole other, you know, he's a whole other special guy there.
Guys, we've like literally
I'm
been getting off fucking track, but
we're
you know-
getting off track. We're getting off track.
Dude, this is all you, bro. Let's talk about football, man. Let's talk about football.
all right.
What did you guys think of Emerson Hyman? I thought he was great. He was 41 for 43 in passes, and apparently they were all sideways, if I had to guess. But I mean, the couple games ago, Rossetto and Hyman, they played a lot in advanced positions, and I just didn't see that from Hyman. Especially, like, we need his help on the attack, and he just wasn't there. And the runs that Rossetto and Hyman were making like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago into the box, getting involved in the play, that's just not there. And I thought Emerson can definitely do that. I mean, he can give you that easily, and more with getting in the box, making runs. I feel like every single time this team wins the ball outside of the 18-yard box, we should be counterattacking every single time. I feel like that's the change that has to be made, because all of our goals, most of them, come from freaking counterattacks, especially the one on Saturday. And this team just plays too slow, and it doesn't play into what we're supposed to be doing. It doesn't play into our personnel. And I feel like literally every single time we win the ball back in a decent spot, it doesn't matter where, we should be going. And that's basically the frustration with this team. And I'll point it out every time on Thursday that we could just fucking go, but we just pass the ball around the back for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't think it. Like every time the ball is in our end, Rocco Rios Nova's hands, and we win it back, go. Because, I mean, whenever we play slow, it doesn't work. Especially since Joseph's not going to win any headers. We're not working it into the sidelines. Isn't going to do shit. So, I mean.
Where did I go? I disappeared.
I also disappeared. Oh, now we're tiny.
Oh, speak for yourself there, little boy. All right. No, I agree completely. But, you know, I think that we definitely need more speed as well.
Yeah, and the battle of the midfield, too.
And I think that, you know, the U22, I don't know his name. I can't keep up with all these names that have been coming in.
Quintero, is that it?
Yeah, like I think that he's one of those guys that can bring the speed from there. So, I mean, that's definitely where you need someone to come in and be able to play that. So that should be interesting to see when he comes in. I mean, if you wanted to make a run here at the playoffs, I said this like 4 weeks ago, you need to bring all these signings in early. And it sounds like they're trying to get this thing done quick. So you could legit have 3 new guys that have already been practicing. I mean, obviously the one guy. Will you stop dabbing? You're not
for the Austin match. For the Austin match.
Yeah.
So I'm
the
just
July
saying,
8th or whatever game.
When we have Moreno on the ball, and you know it's like a 4-on-4, you know, 4-on-3, a 3-on-2, 3-on-3. We are the most dangerous. That's where we are the most dangerous, when he has the ball in that spot and we're breaking. I mean, that's it. But we don't do it. We refuse to do it. That's my frustration. I'm starting to realize it. That's the fucking problem. We just play
Remember
slow.
that first game of the season? Like they were countering left and right.
Yes.
Like they were giving Sporting Kansas City the ball, and then they would counter, and it was working. It was working very well.
That was
Why we've
only
gotten away
20
from
minutes of like hope that we had throughout the whole season.
Like the Charlotte goal, some of the other ones where we just bang the ball up the field and it just works. That's my frustration, but that's what Pineda needs to do, simply. It's going to be harder to do that in Yankee Stadium, though.
No, but like going into the substitutions, like I mean, it was the 80th minute, and Pineda was still basically trying to figure out what he was gonna do, with the changes. And I want to get your guys' opinion on like basically like why does he wait so long? Or I get that he doesn't have the depth that he would wish that he would have.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like you gotta refresh the midfield.
Of course.
And like
I would take a fresh Amar Sejdic for 20 minutes instead of a Emerson Hyndman who's played 70 minutes. I mean, that's just me, even though Amar Sejdic played like dog crap, but I don't know. Nothing's going to work until we start breaking. That's literally it. It's frustrating. And we stopped zone marking on set pieces.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to win, you don't want to put Amar Sejdic in the game. Like that's just you know my. I mean, my wife says the hotness factor increases. That's what she tells me when Sejdic comes in. She gets a lady boner when he comes in, but other than that, like that's all he's good for.
He's mid.
Yeah, like he's just you don't have any of those guys. Like say you bring these subs in or you bring in these transfers, and maybe Moreno comes off the bench late. Like maybe he's the key guy that can come off the bench late in the game to do that. Like, but you don't have that right now. You don't have that big guy to come in and be able to be a difference maker. So why hurry on making some of these substitutions? But I do agree at some point, like some of these guys are tired. Like I said last week, Joseph should not have played the entire game. They were up 2-0, and he was sucking down gel packs in like the 85th minute just to be able to stay in the game when we had a substitution available.
Well, that's where I feel like that's where we can get the most out of Ronaldo Cisneros is 20, 30 minutes off the bench. I feel like that's good for him. And I'm looking at our bench this weekend. I mean, Chol, not ready. But, I mean, why not put Alex Dejan in? Like, get the defense up a little bit. And we have Rossetto, Dwyer, and Dwyer are basically the guys who should be going in every game.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pick right now who can really come in and do anything. So I imagine we're not going to get many substitutions going forward.
I mean, but Rossetto and Dwyer / Cisneros, because Cisneros should be on the bench this weekend. Like those are guys that should be going in regardless. And getting at least
the Dabber's back. What's up?
Where'd you go?
Dab for us.
No.
Do it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
time to talk about the New York Red Bulls.
Oh, a Corona. Okay.
Corona. Where's the line?
All right. Don't pour it sexually like that. That was the weird look that you just gave us. That was...
You don't have to look straight up. Oh my goodness. Red Bulls? Anyone?
We've never scored a goal there ever. So if we score a goal, we win the game, right? No.
Actually, yeah. Why do we even talk about it? There's no point. We can't score.
One of the biggest performances last season, and people will probably argue this with me, was like, and it was a weird game when they played the Red Bulls last year, right? Like
the 0-0.
It was a 0-0 game, and I wasn't happy about it, but like at that point in time, Atlanta United needed every point possible, right? And they basically played not to lose, and it was very frustrating. But when you looked on the defensive side, when that team still was struggling defensively, they really band together there and did a good job stopping, some of the chances here. But, my thing is this game, I assume we don't win here. What I really want to see, and I guess I'm just jumping forward because we're not going to probably meet after this
No.
game, but looking at the New York FC game,
Yep.
I want to see what a player like Aruju, if he's healthy, if he plays, how he adjusts to Yankee Stadium. Because a lot of, everybody says that when you play in your first time at Yankee Stadium, it's a mind fuck. Like, just the lines, everything, the way the stadium's set up, it just messes with people. Like, some of the best players that have played there for the first time ever have said that same thing. So, Aruju was our worst player in that playoff game last season.
Absolutely.
Absolute worst player. His speed was just absolutely useless. But it'll be interesting to see how he plays, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Almada coming back from suspension. What those guys could do together in that stadium, because I think that's going to be very important to see how these guys change and how Pineda coaches in that game. I don't want to look past Thursday, but unfortunately I just see this is.
I think we're previewing that game anyway, but like NYCFC, that's more technical, and that's where Pineda's crap tactics right now could work in a place like that.
Yeah,
that's about it.
We have a comment from Josh Evans saying if the Yankees got no hits in the Yankee Stadium,
they almost got no hits.
How do we expect to score a goal
in a row? It was like 6 innings. Basically just aim for the short porch. We'll get some hits there. I mean,
with the New York teams, man, for Atlanta United, it's always been a struggle offensively, until it got to the playoffs, to which Atlanta United were able to, have a good performance against, both New York teams. But, going into the, overall, Atlanta United has always struggled, against the New York teams, not only against them, but against teams that, that are able to give you that high press, that are going to give you a hard time, basically handling the ball. And that's what Atlanta United has lacked, not only this season, but, the, previous seasons. It's just, like a headache, going forward, because it's just been not only defensive errors, but, just minor errors, as well, going forward with the this defensive set pieces, going forward, we've lacked that, we've lacked that attitude, and we've going forward, with everything that, the defensive power that we have and the offensive power that we have, going forward. For Atlanta United, it's just been poor, just more than poor going forward this season.
Yeah, but I feel like going back to the Red Bulls, it's a team that we could easily press. I watched their match on Sunday, and their passing percentage was 64% of completed passes, and they had 16 shots and they had 0.5 expected goals. But I mean, like, you just have to. We're one win, 7 losses, 3 draws, playing in New York or New Jersey. Why would I even try and talk about something? We're just gonna lose. But, I mean, regardless, if we keep the same tactics, the terrible ones we've had all season, we should win at Yankee Stadium, but we're gonna get smacked in New Jersey. That's what I'll. Because
Tommy,
we're not smart enough to be smart. We're just stupid.
Tommy,
Stupid.
tell us something that we don't know. Come on, man.
Come on, Tommy. New York Red Bulls.
I was gonna say I'm not wearing pants right now, but other than that, I mean, that's you guys didn't know that, but No, I agree. Like, I don't think that we're I don't think we're going to be able to get any points out of these next two games.
Disappointing.
But if you could, if Almada comes back from the suspension and he plays the way that he's supposed to, maybe you got a chance. Maybe you got a chance on Sunday.
Sure.
It could be interesting to see what he can bring. Now, my worry, and they said that Araujo was fine, that they took him off because he was getting beat up. I mean, what a warrior that he was the other night. I mean, I thought he was dead. He was holding his leg there. But I think this is the first time you'll really see them all together. Like, right? Like, everybody. Like, did they all play together in a game besides the American? No, they didn't even play together in the American Family Insurance Cup because Almada was in the second team.
In the second team, yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, why can't Araujo stop getting bullied? And maybe he should bully someone or something.
But like, so
he's
that
getting
yellow that
destroyed
he
out
got.
there.
Did you see that? I mean, so
He got
the
destroyed.
yellow in that game, and I don't understand. I heard them talking about in the post game show, like they couldn't figure out what it was. The only thing that they could figure it out that it was for dissent, because, and like even with that, he was out. Like there was nothing there. I mean, technically, if you really wanted to argue about it, the goalie could have gotten. I mean, if he was going to get a card, if anything, he would probably have gotten a red. Like at that point. Yeah. But I don't know. Like that was just wild to me. I mean, he's playing very well. I mean, obviously was he scored in like 3 straight competitions or something like that? Like I guess if you're counting the American Family Insurance thing, that he scored in 3 straight games. Like you could tell, man, he's frustrated. Like you see that face, I hate this. I just hate like what's going on right now. I think he wants to, just run this team. Like he wants to be the best player on this team in the league. And I think he's just frustrated that he's not getting it. So I don't know. I like our roster. I like what we have. I still think that when it's healthy, it can be productive, but we still need to make some overall changes. 3 or 4 possible moves by the end of this season to make it better overall for next season.
I mean, it's just tough when Araujo and Joseph, they're always complaining, of course, because they're just choked in. Because by the time we can get the ball up to him, we're just choked. And his goal, he was open, and we played the space. And brilliant goal. That was fantastic. I mean, the goal against Nashville and that goal that's just class. Can't write that. But
so going into the new transfer rumors, we have a U20 spot heading, from Colombia. I mean, this is a guy that also as well has barely had any minutes, in the first team, but as well, he's a creative piece, going forward. So what do you guys expect, if he actually does come into the team and, give you that edge, in both wings? Because, it's, as is reported, he's a right winger and a left winger.
Yeah, I think when he comes in, he's going to obviously play that bench role where he should be getting 20, 30 minutes. And if he impresses enough, maybe he breaks into the squad. But, yeah, I feel like he's going to give you Jake Morini, and that's about it. That's what
Tommy!
He's going to give you Jake Morini. But at the age of 20.
Do you think he's better? Do you think he'll be better than Jake Morini?
We'll have to find out. Maybe he'll be able to finish. Maybe he'll be able to pass. Maybe he's not just quick feet. I don't know.
I mean, we had the Dominator, who was just fast, that couldn't do much. We had Morini, who had his bright moments. But
deflection.
I don't know.
Lucky.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like the few people that have actually watched him play have given him some pretty high reviews. Felipe gave a high report of him. So I don't know. I think that, there's so many of these young kids that just need playing time. And
Yeah.
the U22 spots, some of the players that have been successful are wings, right? People on the wing. So that's been a popular spot for the U22s. So maybe that ends up end up working out, but you need speed on the wings, especially in MLS. So if he can make it work out, cool.
I mean, but you're stuck with the predicament is that you have 2 number 10s and you have to play one of them on the left wing. That's what you're stuck with for the next year. So until Moreno's back to the sole number 10, we're just stuck with him playing left wing, and we can't get him in the squad, and we have to sub him. It's tough, but I love Moreno. I love the value we have for him, as you said in the chat. Like, he is great value. Why wouldn't we just stay with him?
Yeah, you can't. At
can't
this
get rid
point,
of
I
him.
just don't think you can get rid of Moreno with what he has, what he's available. I mean, unless you
Well,
have
it's
some
just
crazy
frustrating.
transfer. Yeah.
When he has to play left wing, he's such a great player, and that's why I said maybe we should play Moreno and Hyman Rossetto and have him play more advanced. Then I don't know. It's frustrating, but we're frustrated that we have, one of the most promising number 10s in the world on our team. Can't be frustrated about that. Well, you can't be when he gets suspended.
Right.
All right. Well,
What's next? Score prediction?
Yeah, score predictions going forward into the next 2 games.
All right. I'll sit back.
Edwin Mosquera is the player, right? I'm sorry. I'm
what?
Sorry. It's Edwin Mosquera, right? That's the guy?
I said Quintero, I think. Oh, God.
No, Edwin Mosquera. Yeah, Mosquera.
I think I said Quintero, but it's not, obviously.
Okay.
I get my names mixed up. I can't really remember. I don't know.
Okay. I was just looking just in general.
Okay.
Like just looking at his stats and stuff like that he has, and
it's like 4 assists.
Yeah,
I keep getting mixed up because Gudinho and Juanjo. Those are the 2 ones. I mean,
he's got 14 games and he's got 4 assists. Right.
And where does
he
plays in Argentina, right? On loan in Argentina or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was I gonna say? Don't we have another international slot too? Do you think we fill that? Do we get another player? Well, someone's got to be leaving. You would have to think someone's being transferred out this year.
I think right now all 3 are guys that you're bringing in. I salary cap wise, the only one that really made sense without knowing what the salary cap thing was this Edwin character. I don't know. You could definitely move some people out, but the question is, who do you move out at this point? Probably, maybe Sosa. But again, you're selling him at as low as value possible.
Exactly.
An unhappy player. But if you're a team like Atlanta United, are you more worried about losing money? Are you mad about the optics of that you signed all these U22 players and because you're going to lose money on Eric Lopez, 100%. You could lose money on Santiago Sosa, who was supposed to be one of the brighter U22 spots. I remember listening to Extra Time with MLS. He was their top guy that they thought was coming in with the U22 spot. So now you could potentially be, selling 2 guys, for nothing. With that, the question is, does Atlanta United care that they're going to probably lose money on it? They might not care.
No.
The Falcons lose money on players every year
religiously.
They cut guys and stuff like that. You've lost a lot of money with those guys. So I don't know. I don't really know how the club feels about it. And they've been bailed out, right? They've been bailed out on some bad contracts. Pity Martinez was a blessing that came out of Saudi Arabia. The
Saudi gods came down and just overpaid for him.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they feel about it.
Yeah. I think I won't be surprised if one player gets traded away for Gam. That's just what I'm looking at. That's, in my opinion, the most likely thing. Someone just gets traded away for Gam. That's about it.
Let's hope it's Sosa.
Whatever it is.
Let's hope it's Sosa.
Not for Gam. Like you got to sell that for some cold hard cash if you're at least going to do something. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
But I mean, so do we score at Red Bull Arena for the first time in club history on Thursday?
Sure.
What do you say? Yes.
Sure.
My prediction was 1-1, and that's very generous. But I mean, the Rebels were not good on Sunday. They obviously played the best team in the league, and they also thrashed New York in the Open Cup, just NYCFC in the Open Cup just before. But yeah, I'll go 1-1. I just want to see a score, something. But I doubt it happens because Pineda is a terrible manager, and he has to adjust. That's it. That's my take on that game.
Did somebody post in our chat that we were in about like a crazy situation where Tata gets fired and they bring him back and Pineda just doing crappy? I think I saw something like that. Like I don't think Pineda goes anywhere, and I've been saying.
Oh no, he's not going anywhere.
I don't think that he goes anywhere. The question is how long is what's the leash for Pineda long term? And like obviously the injuries are going to protect him for this season. Obviously, and the positivity and everything like that, and the way it's working is people are happy with them. Okay, cool. But the question is, next season, if you start struggling out of the gate again, and you're 2-5 or 2-6 or something like that, I'm curious what the leash will be for him. Because you got so much, you've got so many good players on the team, and I know Zilf has made the comment before, like, you've got this rookie coach coming in to one of the highest franchises possible in MLS, and it's failing. I give him a pass for the season myself, but I'm just curious what next season do we wait the whole year out?
I mean, I feel like at this point and at that point, like 2-6 or whatever you're saying, I feel like Rob Valentino and the assistants need to step up and say, dude, you got to change what we're doing, because obviously it's not working. And I feel like they should do that now because, I mean, Pineda has his own guys, right, on the assistant bench besides Valentino, maybe a couple others. I'm not sure on that, but
I'm not sure either.
It's just the reluctancy to change tactics is frustrating, and that's what I'm getting from it. And now I'm starting to realize more and more that Pineda isn't good right now. Yes, everyone on the team has died, but he's not doing any favors either. And I'll give him the pass, even if no one was hurt and we were doing this. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's obviously a work in progress, and you just got to learn. I like him as a manager, that image of being a manager, but not what he's putting on the field. But it's difficult.
Agreed.
New York City.
Well, we don't have any comments.
No, everyone left. I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
other than Self.
I might go back and take a nap. Go back to sleeping. I woke up for this.
Yeah. Guys, honestly, thank you guys for being here, James and Tommy. Actually, I don't think your guy, you don't have your username or anything out there, down there. That's your banner.
3-2. We beat NYCFC on Sunday. 3-2. But
Hey,
I'll leave you with that.
32. Man, I say it's a 1-1, man.
Yeah, if we get smacked in the Red Bulls game, we also get smacked against NYCFC. But if we get a draw or better, then we'll win that game. That's my 2 cents on New York City FC.
We get 1
All right.
point somewhere. I don't know where. We'll get a point.
And then we have what's
Austin.
next? Austin. No one's gonna show up for that game because there's no hype with this team. So
All right, you guys, man. I'll see you guys, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Good
That's
point.
good.
Good call.
yeah,
All right, guys. James, Tommy, thank you. You know, subscribe to Fearless Sports Podcast. You know,
You're-
follow these guys. You know, Kyle Don't Miss.
don't follow me, block me before it's too
Ducks fly together.
late. Let's go Ducks.
what's your
96.
Yeah, let's go Ducks 96. Yeah, there we go.
Go Ducks.
All right, guys.
He's gone. Hey man, see you, bro.
All right, bro. All right, man.